On Friday, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones accepted Barry Switzer's resignation as the head coach. He will stay on as a consultant, but the head coaching duties will be someone else's to handle. Jones says he plans to hire a new head coach who will work within the Cowboys' established system. Jeremy Schaap is on the story.
Fittingly, Barry Switzer, who has won 3 division titles and a Super Bowl championship, but little respect as the Cowboys head coach, couldn't get in the door Friday morning to clean out his desk.
I have a great loyalty with my coaches, and I think they do to me. I'm sad for them, but it's a happy day for me.
Jerry Jones shocked the football world by firing Tom Landry in 1989 and Jimmy Johnson in 1994. But he shocked no one by accepting Switzer's resignation Friday.
After spending the better part of the last 3 weeks analyzing and evaluating our organization as it pertains to production on the football field, we have come to the realization that we must chart a fresh and new path.
But Jones, the Cowboys owner, president, and general manager, refused to blame Switzer for the Cowboys' decline since winning the Super Bowl in January 1996.
It would be very unfair of me to say that our shortcomings on the field over the last 2 years are solely the responsibility of one coach or one player or one assistant coach or any single aspect of the organization. We all share in our inability to achieve our goals over the past 2 years.
Jones declined to name any candidates for the coaching vacancy, but whoever it is, he said, he'll have to win immediately, and he'll have to do it with some of the Cowboys' current assistants, many of whom have recently had their contracts extended. Jones also said the new coach won't be as unlikely a choice as Switzer was 4 years ago.
As you know, Barry, from the very beginning, had a lot of criticism. From the very beginning, from the first day he was hired. It was, as I mentioned earlier, a very difficult situation. I think that it's possible, and a part of my job is to have someone come in here as head coach that isn't saddled with that kind of criticism from the very beginning.
Jones is devoting most of his energy now to the current NFL television contract negotiations and said he doesn't expect to name a new coach until that process is completed. The new coach, whomever it is, will inherit a team that needs more than a caretaker coach. In short, it needs someone more like the driven Jimmy Johnson than the laid-back Barry Switzer. At Valley Ranch, Jeremy Schaap, ESPN.
Jeremy, thanks a lot. If you are wondering why Barry is still around, the 2 years remaining on his deal might have something to do with it. We will have more on the Switzer days in Dallas later in this edition of SportsCenter. 1994 was the toughest in pro football due to the expectations, but from what we know, Switzer fought to the end to live up to the impossible during a 6-10 finale. Bob Lee has more.
We did it our way, baby! We did it! We did it! We did it! There's good news. We won the Super Bowl, and there's bad news. I'm going to be back next year.
And there, among the tortured relationships and broken dreams, lies the legacy of Barry Switzer's time in Dallas. Working with Jerry Jones could be seen as an exercise in volatility, but this alliance was with his friend and former college coach. Switzer at the time was damaged goods, 5 years removed from a brilliant college career at Oklahoma that ended in scandal. Jones handed him the keys to the sleekest car imaginable, the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions.
Today, I can say without question, this is the happiest day of my professional career and tenure is to be the head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys. We got a job to do, and we're going to do it, baby!
The exuberance echoed into the coaching vacancy created when Jones fired Jimmy Johnson. Theirs was a titanic struggle of egos and control. In Switzer, Jones hired not an NFL savant nor a general manager, simply a coach.
My motivation would be win them all, go win the Super Bowl, then I'm going to go to camp and I'm going to ride around in a golf cart, and I don't care what you guys, the media, anybody says.
What could have been the best job in the world evolved into life under a microscope, magnified by a playoff loss in his first year to the San Francisco 49ers.
I take full responsibility. I told him, hey, it's my game. I lost the damn thing. Give it to me, but hey, get it out of your system, whatever you want. Let's get our ass ready to go play the Oakland Raiders. Switzer
had essentially coached Jimmy Johnson's personnel. The next year, that was also the case, and Switzer won Super Bowl 30. Switzer's finest hour unraveled into a near-weekly soap opera. The activist owner, the edgy coach, while the free market ravages of the NFL salary cap turned America's team into America's blue light special. The Cowboys signed only 7 free agents in the Switzer era. They lost 31, including 3 who have since made 5 Pro Bowl appearances. This team, built with Jerry Jones' money and Jimmy Johnson's decisions, grew into a team drafted with Jones calling the shots. Those last 4 drafts produced just 6 starters for the '97 team and only 1 Pro Bowl player in that time. By contrast, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Switzer's Super Bowl victim, lost players such as Neil O'Donnell, Kevin Green, Rod Woodson, and Chad Brown, but found equal if not better replacements. When Bam Morris was arrested on marijuana charges, the Steelers released him.
It's an honor, it's a privilege to play for the Cowboys.
But in Dallas, problems stayed on the payroll. Michael Irvin's cocaine arrest under sordid circumstances led to a 5-game NFL suspension. Drug suspensions for Leon Lett, his second, Shante Carver, Clayton Holmes, and Corey Fleming. DUI arrests for Fleming and Eric Williams.
My God, I didn't take that pistol out of my bag.
Switzer's arrest for gun possession in an airport completed the image of a team out of control. Jones responded by fining Switzer $75,000 and installing security in team training dorms, trying to inject order into chaos. But after a 3-1 start in '97, the Cowboys quickly descended into mediocrity. Emmitt Smith had his smallest number of yards and rushes since his rookie season, behind an offensive line that started 8 different players during the year. Troy Aikman never threw so many passes, and his rating was his lowest since the Cowboys' last losing season.
It's same old, same old. They know why we lost the ball game.
If you want to ask me, am I disappointed? Man, I am totally disappointed with this season. Totally disappointed. As everybody in the locker room's been disappointed with the way things have gone.
While the media vultures circled, Switzer's exit visa was punched with 5 straight losses to end the season.
And Barry Switzer walks off, maybe for the final time as the head coach of that man's team, Jerry Jones.
You guys don't run the Cowboys. Jerry Jones runs the Cowboys.
Jones days ago had said any coaching decision was weeks away.
We may not have a decision that announces a change or a non-change until the end of February.
That day, fullback Darryl Johnston said Switzer would not return.
Well, one of the things that people have to realize is what happened to the Dallas Cowboys this year is not one person's responsibility. I think the responsibility has to fall on the shoulders of everybody involved.
But it falls first and most heavily on the coach, who leaves with a ring and the memories of what that ring really cost.